Unfortunately, I'm thigh deep here, so I think I'm kind of stuck, and it's too much work. So I'm just gonna stay here.
You forgot our snowshoes, Kyle.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till the snow melts next year.
Bye, Kyle.
Bye, Ben. Been good knowing you. You want to upload this video for me? I won't be able to.
Yeah, toss me the phone.
Oh boy. All right. This is. Oh, I'm back on the surface. We might make it. All right. All right. Never mind about that. Whoa. Sort of never mind about that. Think I'm gonna make it. Whoa. Tell you what. If I survive, we'll see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, it's about 4:30, January, already getting plenty dark. Let's give you a quick tour. So there's the tow vehicle, 4x4 Subaru, good winter tires. Here's my little trailer, all insulated. First things first, let's fire this thing up. So this just keeps muck out of my exhaust pipe right there. Okay. Now I'm just gonna set that in here. Reach in here. Okay, so that's powered up our 12-volt system. Got the lights up here. I'm just going to turn on the lights for filming. There's the light there. I can just leave these all on and turn them all on and off from the front. That also powers up this diesel heater right here. So let's turn that on. I believe we're set for the lowest mode. So that's going to take a minute to fire up. I'm just going to let that fire up, and I'll sort of organize this up a little bit in here, get the comfortable shoes on, take these boots off, dry my feet out, and yeah, we'll do the rest from inside the trailer where it's nice and warm and cozy. But yeah, here's where I am. We're just pulled off the side of a logging road. There's staging areas up there, so I'm nice and out of the way, and this is where I'm going to be camped out for the next couple nights here. It's just quiet and peaceful. I gotta say, knowing that I have heat in that trailer, if there's no heat, if it breaks, I'm fine. I've got a big sleeping bag and everything, but there's just something about like going in there, having the lights, having it warm and cozy, you know, kicking your shoes off and like proper relaxing. I'm hoping to get some nice sleep tonight, and then tomorrow I actually have the energy to jump into a river. I'm not entirely sure what the goal is, how much money I need to make grams per day to make it, but I'm just gonna do my best to get as much as I can, and hopefully supplement that with everything else going on. And can I be a full-time gold miner? I don't know. Well, we're in for the night. It's still fairly early. It just gets dark pretty soon. So since I have nothing else to do, it's kind of nice to have a warm, comfortable place to hang out. And got a cooking set up here, a little butane stove, some random food. I forget exactly what I brought. I think I'm going to maybe some tinned beans or something like that. We'll have a little look through everything. Just let this sort of soak in for a minute, figure out what it takes to make this into a home. Take the jacket off since I've got her heated up in here quite nicely. Okay, so what can you guys see? This is a ginormous bag of jelly beans, which I paid $1 for. Old Christmas colors, so they're extra cheap. I don't think it's a good idea to eat jelly beans for dinner. A very slight step up, craft dinner. White cheddar, ooh, the fancy stuff, only the best. Let me finish chewing here. Okay, so keep going back to this, but the reason I started a YouTube channel, when there's all of these incredible productions that are like high quality, well done, why do I think I can maybe make it? I was watching a Camping with Steve video, one of the earliest ones, and I just remember that in one of the scenes, he was basically just sitting there making craft dinner in front of an audience of about 200,000 at the time for 8 minutes, uncut, just making craft dinner. I'm probably not going to do that today, but I was entertained by this video. So I figured, hey, it's a good video, but it's simple. It's no special editing. You don't need drone shots. You don't need everything put together. So why don't I make some craft dinner in honor of Steve? This is my kitchen. So apparently you mix water and noodles and then you add this stuff and you stir it all up. This is all I've got, is this frying pan. So we're going to apply some heat. Then I've got some water. Still trying to figure out the whole winter water situation. I think that just keeping my water in the trailer is going to be the answer to that, because I'll have this heat going and it's going to keep it above zero and keep it from freezing. And then I've actually got some water in this cooler as well, so hopefully the cooler keeps the water warm. On balance, this might work. Let that get to boiling. How do you make pasta? Ingredients. Aha! Microwave. Nope, I don't have one of those. Stovetop. Boil 6 cups of water. Add pasta, 7 to 9 minutes. Nothing to see here. I know this is just pasta, but the whole camper smells humid. That nice pasta smell, you know, when you stick your face over the stove and it's I've got a window cracked open, so there's some fresh air moving through here, but it's warm, it's humid, it's just so much nicer than not having heat. I'm loving it. So I know the question you guys are all wondering right now is, while I was waiting for this pasta to get nice and soft, did I do anything other than just eat jelly beans? No, of course not. I also had a drink of water. So many jelly beans though. So many jelly beans. All right. So I don't have any milk or butter to add. This is the basic version, I guess. I'm curious. The classic, you know, homeless guy under the bridge from, it wasn't Home Alone, what was it? Dennis the Menace, eating a can of beans under a bridge. Is craft dinner considered a step up from a can of beans? I would argue yes, because it takes more infrastructure to make craft dinner. The can of beans, you often eat directly out of the can of beans, whereas here I actually have a nice dish to eat it out of. I would say this is luxury camping food. As far as I'm concerned, craft dinner, especially the fancy pants white cheddar version of craft dinner, this is about as good as it gets. Now I've got a little towel here, so I'm just gonna set this towel on my lap so I can set this pan down without burning my knee. Stir that up. Oh, this is, I never have craft dinner at home. This is like, oh, who wants to eat, craft dinner? But after a day trouncing around the woods, yeah, that's solid camping food. And as far as I'm concerned, this is top notch. This is as advanced as I get out here making craft dinner. Roughly 800 calories. Probably similar nutritional value to my Christmas themed jelly beans. But the warmth, you can just feel it going down into my tummy and warming things up. I need that salt. Life is good, ladies and gentlemen. Life is good. I'm just gonna inhale this stuff and then kick my feet up and maybe watch a saved mining video off YouTube. And then we're gonna wait for Ben to show up tomorrow morning. Hopefully not too early, because I could use a little catch up on my sleep, but tomorrow we're gonna hop into this river, we're gonna go swimming, we're gonna go sniping, and hopefully we're gonna find some gold. Of course, to balance out that craft dinner, you know, what's an easy and efficient way to get some vegetables while you're out here? You get your V8 vegetable blend or any kind of vegetable stuff like that. It's very refreshing. Salty, which is nice. And then you know you're staying healthy, keeping regular. It's one of the easiest ways to do it. I'm not actually tired right now. I'm just like that groggy first thing in the morning because I slept like a brick last night. I probably got 9 hours. It's awesome. I left the heater off all night, so I just about an hour ago got up to pee and turned it on, so it's toasty warm and comfortable in here. Let me get some more lights on. I just got a text from Ben. His YouTube channel is called Gorilla Gold Hunters, and I think I just checked, he has like 123 subscribers. Ben is going to be showing up here, and I've got about half an hour, so I'm just going to throw on some long underwear and stuff. I think I'm going to try the dry suit out today. It might actually be a leaky garbage bag, so we'll see how this all works out. But we're gonna drive up this road a little bit from where I'm camped, and yeah, hike through the woods in our gear and see if we can like just spend as much of the day possible sniping. Oh yeah. I just want to show you, because you can't see temperature, but you know, you got a little fresh snow in the car, and it's not, I'm not saying it's extremely cold, but just, you know what it's like. You go out in the morning and everything you touch is just cold, and then you go into this trailer, and the trailer is like, just with the door open even, it's just warm. Like, it's warm and cozy. I think just the lights, they're this sort of a warm color tone, and that is what it feels like, because it's actually like you touch objects and they feel warm. And I'm saying obvious things here, but having a warm, cozy trailer is like game changing. This is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I say goodbye to my nice comfy home. This is a totally normal thing. This is just what we do in Canada. I am wearing a dry suit today. I've got a dry suit and a wetsuit, so we're going to do a comparison. We can see which one keeps me more comfortable. I do believe that this is going to be more delicate, and I'm going to have to be a little bit, I'm going to have to go easy on it today. So what I'm curious about is, like, just before we actually set up the film, sniping and everything,
Yep.
What are you actually going to do?
Basically what we're going to do is we're going to go into the water,
Okay.
and we're going to look for different sorts of bedrock and where they join, because that's the best place where a crack will form.
Okay.
And you want to look for a nice long crack that has some nice packed boulders in it, or you want to see some gravel packed in it.
Okay.
That way you know that it's been built up over time, and the gold's not going to get pushed out.
Right.
And you're going to remove that overburden,
Okay.
the bigger rocks, and we're going to go in and just remove that, and then look for the bottom of the crack, and hopefully with the flashlight we can look for a sparkly piece of gold.
All right. Do you just bring like a pan with you, or do you leave the pan on shore? Like,
Normally what I'll do is I'll build a little platform to put my tools on beside the river,
okay.
And then once I've removed the overburden out of the crack, usually with my hands and my feet.
Okay. So you just like literally you in a wetsuit
Exactly.
doing all the work.
Doing all the work.
Okay.
Once the boulders become so packed, I'll bring in a little pry bar.
Perfect.
To help move those. But I'll leave all my tools on the shore and then just grab them as I need them.
Right. And so what tools are you going to be putting on shore?
Basically, we'll have a flashlight,
okay,
a little scraper tool, kind of like a O-ring pick.
Okay.
And then a pry bar, maybe a little sledgehammer, 2-pound sledge.
Okay.
And my dive mask. I'll take that on and off to fog it up. And
okay. And then, like, is there a snuffer involved, or?
Yeah, once you get, hopefully the gold's big enough that we don't need the snuffer.
I'm cool with that.
And I'll have a pair of needle nose pliers, or you'll pull your gloves off and just pick them up.
Okay. We look down at that creek. Those big bouldery looking rocks, bedrock. Big long crack going in line with the river, but that if we keep following it down the river, if there's a trap under there, you know all that gold's going to have traveled down that and then wind up in the trap down there. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't know why I'm filming myself and not the guy I'm asking the questions for, but maybe he's a little camera shy at the moment. So tell me this. How do you select a creek initially?
Pretty much, I'll go by the history. Wherever you're living, you look up the history. And the old timers did a really good job of finding out where the hard rock veins are. And those hard rock veins, if you're looking for hard rock gold, you want to go and find all the old hard rock mines and then do your research in your area. If you're looking for placer gold, wherever those hard rock mines, there'll be a placer deposit in any creek that's near to those hard rock mines.
So this creek where we're mining isn't necessarily a good placer creek historically, but there's some hard rock mines upriver that are going to be crumbling into this, and that's sort of where the old timers, if they weren't finding an ounce a day panning, they're going to just leave it. And so we're in here actually trying to get what they just didn't find interesting.
Pretty much, exactly. A lot of the old journals I read, you know, an ounce a day was a good day, and in today's dollar, that's an extremely good day. We'll take those lesser days, and you know, a couple grams a day keeps the doctor away.
I'm always curious, because based on my sort of Wim Hofing ice bath experience, there's a big difference between water that is 6 degrees Celsius and water that is 2 degrees Celsius. And today, our water is 2 degrees Celsius. Now, what that means, essentially, is when you get your face in with your mask, the pain doesn't stop. At 6 degrees, it goes numb, and you can deal with it. If you get water in around your temples and stuff, and you aren't like all sealed up around the mask, it gets you a bit of brain freeze, but your lips, you can deal with it. 2 degrees, I've heard bad things. I don't think I've ever actually dove like head underwater with a snorkel and mask in 2 degree water. So this is legit cold. Just walking around here, the second I put the GoPro underwater, it gets into the camera. It gets into the microphone. So even though the camera is designed for underwater, the microphone is gonna start just sucking and you won't be able to hear me anymore. So I'll have to talk over that. But just for now, I'm looking and I'm literally standing on, whoa, that is slippery. I don't have my dry suit zipped up yet here, so that's important. But there is like gravel and cracks. This is what you hear about when you see people sniping, where you can actually clear off some areas and get in and find some gold. So we're gonna get in, we're gonna do that. I'll do my best to sort of show you what we're doing. The audio might start sucking, but yeah, really hoping to show you that this is some actual gold in 2 degree water. I gotta get my gloves on, I'm gonna get my hood on, and we're gonna get right proper ready to do this. All right, I'm gonna see what happens when a human being puts their face in 2 degrees water. Wow, my snorkel has like ice on it. So, oh, come on. Come on, man. Oh, yeah. This is nice. As I'm getting ice into my face, You know, I don't have any water coming in around the edge of my mask. This is like a 10 mil hood. There's that level of being hardcore and wow, that guy's tough in the water. And there's a level of like, the gear I'm using is sort of designed for this. So I'm actually feeling pretty good, but this, it's taken a little mental energy to keep my face underwater. I'm hoping that my lips will go numb eventually. Okay, so we got the flashlight running. We're gonna have another look underwater. I don't know if you guys can hear me because there's going to be water in the microphone, but this crack looks good. I'll come back once we've gotten the overburden out of here a little bit better. Turns out those GoPros don't work too well in 2 degrees Celsius water. I know the newer versions have like a cold weather battery. Mine's a Hero 8 and the battery just died real quick. So couldn't get you any more footage, but on the plus side or on the downside, you didn't miss any gold because I also couldn't find any gold. So just having a look at the creek, there's some areas like this that are just like too much overburden for sniping, where you can't just like, you know, waft the stuff away. And then there's a lot of really, really slippery bedrock. And I actually went up just behind that little crack there. There was some more crookedy bedrock in there. And I spent a little while getting into that, but I couldn't find anything. So like no pickers, no nuggets. Gave it a good hot go and really happy with how the dry suit worked out. I will just test out the wetsuit later on this trip, but for now, Ben's already hiked back up to the car because he was freezing in his wetsuit. So I'm just gonna grab my backpack here and start hiking out. I just wanted to give some context to, you know, some nice underwater footage looking for gold and then nothing. But yeah, we're either gonna try a spot on this creek further up, the theory being if stuff's getting pulled out of a vein, it's gonna get pulled out and then for like a kilometer, you're gonna find chunky stuff. But anything that's moved further will already be flour gold, which is going to be a lot harder to find for this sniping operation. Or we'll head on over to another creek. So there's lots to do. But yeah, today I was in the water for only about 2 hours. And, you know, hands started to get a little chilly, but overall comfort was good. There's my little check-in. We'll see you back at the cabin, so to speak. You know, it's about 0 degrees right now, which is quite nice and warm for January. Just gorgeous fluffy snow everywhere that I can go, you know, snowshoeing. And behind me, I thought this was kind of interesting. This solar panel that's up on the roof of the trailer is currently charging down here. I hit the button. You can see we're getting 5 watts. That's a 100 watt solar panel. So we're getting 5 watts out of our potential 100. It actually never goes over about 65 because that's the charge limit of that Jackery. But yeah, 5 watts. It's practically sunny out. So it's only about 1 in the afternoon. So like, it was an early morning and we got down to the creek and it just didn't really pan out as you saw. But we're gonna meet up at a different location tomorrow. So in the meantime, I've got the rest of the day. And part of me is like, okay, well I could, you know, keep panning and digging, but just this area, if you're not gonna suit up, there isn't really a lot of exposed gravel available. So the rest of the day, I might as well hike into some hot springs and just, you know, make the most out of life, right? Just a little bit of daylight left, but I have a headlamp for the return trip. And the real questionable item is, do I bring my boots or do I bring my shoes? And I've opted to try the shoes out. We can do a little bit of a trail run in. I don't know exactly how far this is, 2-3K. And see if I need to dry these out after or if this will actually work. We have actual sunshine right now coming down, bathing the earth. Life is good. Ooh. If I was home right now and I'd finished work for the day at 1 o'clock, I'd be off doing some chores, catching up on some things, starting that next project in the garage. But here, given this situation, arguably there's nothing productive that I can do between now and tomorrow morning when it's time to go mining again. So the only responsibility I have to my future self in this moment is to make sure that I'm well rested and ready to go crack of dawn tomorrow morning. Now, until then, I have freedom that I normally would not have if I was at home. And that is, there's nothing else to do. So my choice is to sit on the couch or put my feet up in the trailer and watch some downloaded YouTube videos. It's a great way to enjoy yourself, or to come out and have a truly unique experience. This is a truly unique experience. You see, I'm surrounded with clean mountain air. I've just done a bit of a jog, feeling good, getting more fitness in me for future mining, I guess. But I'm about to be sitting in some natural hot springs. And you'll see these places are, ooh, slippery. They're unreal. They are like undeveloped, just pools of natural water in this very forest. And they're warm and they're amazing. And I'm gonna get to experience that moment of joy, true joy. I often say, I repeat this to myself, I don't know where I heard it, but the past is where depression lives. Thinking back on, you know, missed opportunities and old memories. And the future is where anxiety lives. What's coming next? How am I going to deal with my finances? What if I don't make it as a gold miner? Where am I going to wind up? All of those things that I have to worry about. The present moment is the only place that you truly have to experience joy. And I suspect that on my deathbed, you know, near the end of my life, when I look back and I think of all those times that I've spent doing things, or, you know, you get that message, hey, you have terminal cancer, whatever it is that's happening. I want to be able to lie on that deathbed, and this is one of those moments that you will remember. You remember those sunrises that you remember to wake up for. And you remember those sunsets that you took the time out of your day to watch. And you remember those moments of pure joy and bliss in the present, when your mind isn't wandering and planning ahead or thinking back on mistakes. And you're just there, truly engaged in what you're doing right here, right now, to enjoy that moment. So for me, right here, right now, I'm going to take special care not to just sit in the hot springs and think and plan, but to use this as an opportunity of meditation, just shut my brain down a little bit, make sure that I'm truly relaxed and enjoying that moment. And as a side effect, it means I'm just going to sleep that much better tonight and be that much more prepared for a good day of mining tomorrow. But rather than think about that, here and now. See you at the hot springs.